and welcome back to the studio. I am finally back from London. I've actually been home for a little bit and I am excited to share the first part of my trip with you. So before leaving, I shared what I planned to take with me on my trip. I had packed a few little pencil cases with minimal art supplies so that I could keep a studio practice, a journaling practice while I was away. But the trip did not go as planned exactly. So we did get to spend lots of time with family, but Lim and I both got sick, different illnesses, and so that kind of slowed things down a bit. We were in London for about 3 weeks, and I would say a week and a half of that we were quite sick. Anywho, even so, I was able to create some mini journals that I started in London and then completed when I got back to North Carolina. So in this video, I am taking you to some of my favorite places in London. Walpole Park, which is a park that's very close to my in-laws' house, and I walk that park every single day. I did not get to on this trip because I was sick, but I did manage to go, especially in the beginning of the trip, which was great. There is a gallery there and manor called Pitzhanger Manor. It's a historic home and art gallery, and so we will take a little peek in there. So I made a little stop to get a coffee and a croissant and to do a tiny little bit of journaling right after that walk. And you'll see it on the left hand side up here, just some of the sketches and writing I did. And sometimes when I'm at Walpole Park, I will go into Pitzhanger Manor. They always have a new exhibition when I go, which is really exciting. And this time around, it was a Martha Armitage exhibition on her prints. So you can see here some of her sketching, some of her paintings, some of her prints, and it was just beautiful and right up my alley. I love seeing her journals. There was also an inspiration wall that had a ton of sketches and color swatches, magazine and print cutouts to, I guess, resemble an inspiration board that she would have had up. And then in the bigger gallery, there was a sculptural exhibition, which was really interesting. And then after this little time, I had gone out and met a friend to get a coffee. So here I have two of my one-sheet no-sew journals. I have created many of these. And my intention was to use both sides of this, so to be able to open this up and to document on the inside and then paint on the cover and the pages of the journal. So on the inside, I have written the time of day, the date, maybe the weather, noticings. Sometimes I would cut up some things and add a collage from pamphlets and some sketches from what I saw at the park. And then the cover was inspired by that chestnut tree, and I painted that at home. So one thing that I noticed during this trip and about when I travel in general is that I just really love to create at home in my studio with my things. I have a lot of resistance when it comes to sketching, drawing, and doing any type of art journaling when I am out and about in the world. But I did manage to create 4 little journals, and I found that this definitely helped. This format definitely helped me just jot things down. So yeah, so I didn't really want to push it, and like I said, this format I found was really, really helpful. It's very small, it's really portable, it's one sheet of paper, it's not precious, and when I go out and about, it's really easy to just, fold little sections and do a bit of writing, do a bit of sketching, and this kind of worked. So I worked on the writing and the sketching while I was over in London, and then when I got home, because I didn't have any paint with me, I did all the painting when I came home. Because if you remember, I only took colored pencils, a watercolor set, some water-soluble Neocolor 2 crayons. And because I got sick, I never quite made it to do some painting at my sister's house. We wound up not going to Folkestone, which is a little kind of beach town. So I just left it and decided I'm just gonna do these little sketches and just document my time, and then do all of the painting and make the covers and the other side of the journal once I got home. And so that's what I've done. So Lim and I did manage to go to Bath. That is where we both came down with 2 different illnesses. I will not share the details, but it was pretty bad, and we are home and better now, thankfully, but definitely changed plans for us while we were there. Here is my Bath mini journal, and inside I have sketched a few things that interested me, like a lot of the trees and the limestone, some architectural things, and I just used what I had. These are the pencil cases I took with me with the limited supplies. So again, I didn't do any of this painting until I got home, and just loosely based off of what I saw when I was away, some abstracted things. And these are the 2 journals that I started with, one from Walpole Park and one from Bath. The next 2 mini journals were inspired by 2 exhibitions that I got to see. One was at Kew Gardens, and that was Henry Moore, and the other was at Hyde Park at the Serpentine Gallery, and that was David Hockney. So in my next video, I will take you along to go and see some of that work. Really exciting, really inspiring, and I will share more of those 2 little journals then. I hope you have a great weekend and see you next time.